सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Upadesa Sahasri, 18th chapter, verse number 59. हन्ततर्हिणमुख्यार्थः नापि गौणः कथञ्चन जानातीत्यादिशब्दस्य गतिर्वाच्या तथापि तु. Up to 59th verse, 58th verse, Shankaracharya analyzed the word jnanam and he established the regular derivation of jnanam will not work. With regard to jnanam, the regular definition or derivation does not work. What are those regular derivations? We saw 4 derivations of jnanam that occurs in Taittiriyopanishad. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. That Jnanam word, 4 derivations we saw. Janati iti Jnanam, the knower, Kartruvyutpatti is one derivation. Jnayate iti Jnanam, the known object, also is the karma vyutpatti, second derivation, possible derivation. First one, janati iti jnanam, the knower, karta, kartru vyutpatti. Jnayate iti jnanam, the known object, karma vyutpatti. Third derivation is jnayate anena iti jnanam, the instrument of knowledge, karana vyutpatti, third derivation. Then the fourth and final derivation is jnanam, means jnaptihi. Jnaptihi iti jnanam. The process of knowledge is called jnanam. These are the 4 possible derivations. All these 4 taken into account, none of them fit into Atma. None of these definitions will fit into Atma because Atma is not the Karta. Atma is not the knower. And Atma is not an object of experience as known entity. Na karma. Atma cannot be the instrument also. Atma cannot be the jnaptihi also, the process of knowledge. So all are ruled out. Therefore, Purvapakshi is asking the Advaitin or Shankaracharya here. The word janati iti jnanam can never directly refer to the Atma according to you, the Advaiti. So Purvapakshi's question is what? How do you account for this word jnanam? Among these 4 derivations, you cannot say aham janami prasiddhi. Prasiddha word is there, popular word. I know. Aham janami. Saha janati, he knows, I know. Very, very popular meaning of this jnanam. Root jnadhatoho, jnanam janati, jnayate. Like these words, I know, he knows. It's very, very popular word. How do you account for this? Because you say Atma is not the knower, nirvikaratvat. And Anatma, can you say the knower? You, the Advaiti, don't accept Anatma is also the knower because Jadatvat. Anatma cannot be the knower. Atma cannot be the knower. Then who is this knower? And in your matam, so that means Purapakshi is asking the Advaiti. In your matam, it cannot refer to Atma also, Anatma also. It cannot means Jnanam word. Janati, Janami, the word cannot refer to Atma or Anatma. So you have to explain. To explain, you have a difficulty. This prasiddha vakyam, prasiddha siddham vakyam, very, very popular. So Purapakshi says, I am in advantageous position because in my matam I accept the knower, Atma as the knower. Atma is Jnata. According to me, Jnana Kriya Karta, we can happily accept Atma is Jnata. Atma is the knower. Aham Janami. Atmanaha Jnatritvat. He says, Atma Janati, Atma knows. Aham Janami iti. I know that Atma knows. Jnatritvat. Atmanaha Jnatritvat. Atma has got the capacity of knowing. Who says? Purapakshi says. That is his matam. And he is pointing out the Siddhanti, Advaitin. In your matam, Atmanaha vikara abhavat Jnatritvam na sambhavati. Since in your matam Atma is not vikaravan, modifications are not possible, therefore Atma cannot be the Jnata. Jnatritvam means vikara will happen. So Jnatritvam is there alone, Jnata will come. Knower. Jnata means knower is possible. Since it is not there, Atmanaha nirvikaratvat, in your Advaita matam, Atma cannot be the knower. Anatma also cannot be the knower. Jadatvat, Jnatrutvam nasti, Anatmanah, the non-self. Non-self. Therefore, Ubhayataha, both the ways if you see, Jnatrutvam is negated. Who is the knower? Tell me now. So, this Gati word is used in the shloka. Gati means what is the meaning? There are, every language has got some words are there. The words have got a meaning. You don't find the words for meaning, you find the meaning for the words. Already you have some meaning in your words. For the meaning's sake, you find the words. So like that, there are some artha, three types of artha. Vachya artha, primary meaning. Lakshya artha, secondary meaning. Gauna artha, figurative meaning. So when you talk about guna samyam, it is called gauna artha. Lakshyartha, Vachyartha, we know. Primary meaning, immediate meaning is called, primary meaning is called Mukhya Artha. And Lakshyartha is that which is implied meaning or indirect meaning. Gauna Artha is a figurative meaning. So these are the three meanings possible for a word or sentence, whether secondary meaning or primary meaning. Mukhyartha means primary meaning, or secondary meaning Lakshyartha, or figurative Gauna Artha. Whatever it may be, you have to explain. You have to, primary meaning is required for both secondary meaning and figurative meaning, because your figurative meaning, your secondary meaning depending upon the primary meaning. Now what is the primary meaning, what is secondary meaning, how they are depending upon Mukhya Artha, we have to analyze to understand this portion. See the principle behind this. We saw this already in many places, but very, very important to understand the Mahavakya. The principle behind is, suppose we see the example, Gangayam Ghoshaha. There is a sentence in Sanskrit, Gangayam Ghoshaha means, Ghosha means village. There is a village on the river Ganga. On the river Ganga, there is a village. Is the sentence direct meaning, Mukhyartha. Gangayam Ghoshaha. Now this, we have to supply Gangayam Ghoshaha means village cannot be there on the river. Village cannot be there on the river. So Ganga Tire Ghoshahanar. That is Lakshyartha. Ganga Tire is the Lakshyartha. Implied meaning, understood meaning, hidden meaning, secondary meaning. So Ganga is the Mukhyartha. Direct meaning of Gangayam, the river. River is the direct meaning. Ganga river is the direct meaning. Can there be a village on the Ganga? Direct meaning if you take, it is not possible. Therefore, what you have to say, primary meaning you have to avoid. You can take only secondary meaning. What is the secondary meaning? Ganga Tire Ghoshaha. On the banks of the Ganga river. Ganga Tire Ghoshaha means on the banks of the Ganga river there is a village. It is possible. Okay, my house is on the road. Another example. People say, my house is on the road. House, how can a house be on the road? It is not possible. Corporation people will come and demolish the house. First of all, you cannot construct on the road. But just like that we use the word, my house is on the road. On the road means side of the road, understood. On the road is the primary meaning, it doesn't suit, therefore you take Lakshyartha, on the side of the road. Like that here, classical example is Ganga Tiram. Gangayam Ghoshaha is a classical example. My house is on the road is a worldly example. Okay. Now, you cannot take secondary meaning Ganga Tire Ghoshaha by dropping the Ganga. Can you take the secondary meaning alone? So, you cannot take secondary meaning only when primary meaning Ganga is there. You cannot take only secondary meaning. Tire means what Tire? Ganga must be there. Ganga river, the primary meaning should be there. Without Ganga, the primary meaning, you cannot take secondary meaning. What is the definition of secondary meaning? Lakshartha. What is the meaning definition of secondary meaning? I like this subject very much because very, very useful to understand, very close to the Mahavakya grasping. So you also try to understand. Secondary meaning definition is that which is nearer to or associated to the primary meaning. Secondary meaning means Lakshartha. Lakshartha is that which is very near to the primary meaning, or Lakshartha or secondary meaning is that which is very, very near to associated with primary meaning. Associated with primary meaning. Or English, that is in the English meaning. Secondary meaning is that which is associated with the primary meaning, is the definition of secondary meaning. What is the meaning? Secondary meaning is that which is associated with the primary meaning or nearer to the primary meaning. Sanskrit, if you want to say, Shakyaha Sambandhini, Shakya Sambandhini Lakshana iti. Shakya Sambandhini Lakshana or Vachyartha Sambandhini Lakshana iti Nyayaha. Shakya Sambandhini Lakshana iti Nyayaha. It is an axiom. It is logically it is presented. Or Vachyartha Sambandhini Lakshana iti Nyayaha. What is Vachyartha Sambandhini? Lakshartha is that which is having Sambandha with Vachyartha. Therefore, Vachyartha Sambandhini Lakshana Vritti. Lakshana Vritti alone is called Lakshartha. Lakshana Vritti. So, secondary meaning should be associated with the primary meaning. This much you have to understand. So, Ganga is the primary meaning of the river. Ganga Yam Ghoshaha, in that sentence, there is a village on the Ganges. So, Ganges, Ganga, is the primary meaning of the word river, Ganga. Therefore, we take secondary meaning which is under secondary meaning word which is associated with the river. Secondary meaning associated with the river, that is banks of Ganga. So the banks of means Nadi Tiram is associated with the Nadi river Ganga. The banks of the river Nadi Tiram is associated or nearer to the Ganga. That is the Lakshartha. Now let us come to Gaunartha. Gaunartha also is a figurative meaning. This is also depending upon the primary meaning. Now we have arrived at what Lakshartha is, that which is depending upon primary meaning. Lakshartha, secondary meaning. Lakshartha or secondary meaning. Another English translation of Lakshartha is secondary meaning. Secondary meaning is that which is nearer to primary meaning or associated with primary meaning. We have understood. What about Gaunartha? Gaunartha is also like that only. Your figurative meaning is also dependent on primary meaning. In Lakshartha, how that word is dependent on Lakshartha, dependent on primary meaning. Primary meaning of Ganga is there. So, Ganga Tire on the banks of the river Ganga. So Ganga word you cannot drop. Ganga word should be there. That is called association with primary meaning. Now figurative meaning example we'll see. Simho Manavakaha. We saw in Sunday Bhashyam class. Simho Manavakaha means the boy is lion. The boy is a lion means samanya guna of that boy and lion, the courage. Boy is like courageous like lion. Boy is strong like lion. So powerful and courageous samanya guna sambandha is there, therefore gauna. Guna sambandhi gauna. What do you mean by gauna? The guna samanyata, the common features without lion, primary meaning. The boy is lion. Lion is the primary meaning of the word. For the word lion, the primary meaning is lion means animal. You cannot use it for a secondary meaning. For a secondary meaning without lion. So Gaunartha is also because of the Guna Samanya Guna Mukhya Artha. Guna Samanya between the Mukhya Artha. Mukhya Artha is what? Lion. Lion is the Mukhya Artha, primary meaning. Is boy is lion means the guna you want to take for that boy, powerful, courageous. Without lion word, can you say boy is courageous, boy is powerful? There is no guna samanya. So you have to compare with the lion. So the lion should be there. That is primary meaning. Mukhyartha. And the person under consideration who is powerful and courageous like lion. Therefore Simho Manavakaha. Guna means guna landita gaunam has come. Gauna. Mukhyartha is the animal lion. Simho Manavakaha. In that the simha, the animal, Mukhyartha. Lion is the Mukhyartha. Who is the person under discussion is the boy. So we are talking about the boy who is powerful, courageous. So lion is the Mukhyartha. To talk about that boy who is powerful and courageous, you have to be associated with that courage, lion of courage and strength of boy with the lion. So you cannot drop the lion. Lion is the primary meaning of the sentence. Therefore, lion, Mukhyartha, lion and the boy has got guna samyam. The lion and boy has got guna samyam, commonality. Commonality of the attributes, common characteristics we can say, like courage and strength, etc. So therefore, I am able to use the word lion for the boy. I am able to use the lion, Mukhyartha, for the boy. If the lion itself is not there, where is the question of guna samyam and guna? If lion is that, if you skip the lion word, where is guna, courage and strength? Guna samyam, equality or commonality. Without lion, these both cannot exist. What are those both? Guna, attributes, characteristics, and guna samyam, commonality. These two are possible only when lion word continues. Association is there. That is why guna samyam, gaunartha also depending upon the Mukhyartha. If both are not there, guna and guna samyam are not there, where is that gauna prayogaha? You cannot talk about gauna prayogaha. So Gaunartha is possible, cannot be possible without Mukhyartha is the meaning. This is law number 2. What is law number 1? Law number 1 is Lakshyartha is possible, not possible without Mukhyartha. Law number 1. Gangayam Ghoshaha. Example we saw. Lakshyartha is not possible without Mukhyartha. Law number 2 is Gaunartha is also not possible without Mukhyartha, like in Simho Manavakaha. So why all these reasons we are studying? What is the purpose of studying these reasons, both Lakshyartha and Gaunartha? They are based on Mukhyartha. All these reasons we have to know. Purva Pakshi says, for Jnanam word, all these examples meant for Jnanam word. Jnanam word, you, the Advaiti, cannot give Lakshyartha also, cannot give Mukhyartha, because all the derivations are called closed inner. You cannot give Mukhyartha. In Simho Manavakaha we have given the Mukhyartha, Simhaha we have taken. In Lakshyartha, Ganga, we have taken the Mukhyartha association. Now tell me here, with regard to Jnanam, when you have closed, all the derivations are not possible for Jnanam, Kartru Vitpatti, for Jnanam, Jnata is the Karta, is not the Mukhyartha. Jnanam, karma is not the primary meaning. For Jnanam, the instrument of knowledge is not the primary meaning. Then for Jnanam, Jnapti is not the Mukhyartha. Since all Mukhyarthas cannot be given, you cannot give the Gaunartha also. So Lakshyartha, Gaunartha ruled out in your case. Now look into the shloka. With this background you have to understand. Hanta, alas, ayyo and children milliya, oh the Advaitin, you are in trouble. Hanta, Purva Pakshi shlokas, these two shlokas, 59 and 60. Tarhi, in that case means which case? चतुर्विधस्य अर्थस्य अपि निषेधे ज्ञातकर्ता कर्ता कर्मा karanam and bhava vyutpatti, all vyutpattis, derivations are closed. In that case, chaturvidhasya arthasya api nishedhe, you have negated them. Chaturtha means kartru, karma, karanam and bhava. So you cannot give the meaning mukhyartha, na, there is no mukhyartha. So primary meaning is not there. So janami or janati word, people use that artha in this popularly known. Here janati napi gaunaha artha adhanchana, there is no mukhyartha na bhavati for about regarding jnanam, and gaunartha api na bhavati kathanchana. Na bhavati, na is there, you have to supply bhavati. Na bhavati, not possible. Gaunaha arthaha api kathanchana na bhavati. Secondary meaning based on primary meaning is not possible. Where with regard to janati ityadi shabdasya, janati iti jnanam, jnayate iti jnanam, jnayate anena iti jnanam, jnaptihi iti jnanam, janati ityadi, adipadat, all four derivations. Shabdasya, of those words, Gatihi vachya tathapitu. Gatihi means arthaha vachya, to be explained. The meaning to be given by you. You have to give the meaning of that word jnanam. Without giving the meaning, how can you use those words? It is not possible. What you are going to do? For that, he is going to explain further next verse also, Purvapakshi only. 60th verse, I will read. Up to here we saw in the previous classes. Shabdanam ayatharthatve vedasyapya pramanata sachanishta tato grahya gatirasya prasiddhitah. Shabdanam. Here Shabda means not sound, but Padani ityartha. Padanam, of those words. Of those words, Purvapakshi continues the statement. You, the Siddhanti, is not able to explain the word Janati or Jnanam because it doesn't refer to Atma or Anatma. There are only two things in the world. Either it refers to Atma or it can refer to Anatma. What Jnanam word? According to you, the Advaitin, it cannot refer to Atma also, it cannot refer to Anatma also. Nirvikaratvat, it cannot refer to Atma. Jadatvat, it cannot refer to Anatma. Anatma is Jadam. So, Loka Prasiddhi you cannot explain. Even Shastra Prasiddhi also you cannot explain, he is telling. Because at least Loka Prasiddhi you can brush away. All people talk like that only, we need not bother. What about Shastra? Can you brush away, sideline the Shastra, Panininian grammar, like scholars, there are scholarship enlightened people. Prasiddhi word is there, aham janami, saha janati, I know, he knows. How can you say Shastra Prasiddham word? You cannot negate. So Shastra uses Satyam Jnanam Brahma, Vijnanam Anandam Brahma. Here is this, in this context, you give some meaning. You have to give some meaning. If you say there is no meaning for that word in the Shastra, Shastra becomes irrelevant. Irrelevant. Apramanata syat. First line, last word. Apramanata syat. Shastra api nar. Vedasya api nar. That api also nar. When Shastram gives the word without meaning, can you say Shastra talks like that without meaning? That Shastram becomes apramanam. Apramanata means invalidated. It becomes invalid if it doesn't give the meaning. That you cannot accept. Even Purva Siddhanti also won't accept for that. Veda words are meaningful, all of them, because the basic entry for Veda is we must accept the Shastra Pramanam. Veda is valid. Shastra Pramanam, the basic acceptance, if you there only you can talk about Veda. Everyone. Purvapakshi also accept Shastra. Siddhanti also accept Shastra. Shastra is the Pramana. Accept Shastra means as the Pramanam they accept. It is valid only. Just like umpire in the game is accepted by both the teams. Both the teams, every play, there is an umpire who is answering to the both the teams. So that umpire is acceptable both of them. Like that, Shastra must be acceptable to Purvapakshi also, Advaitin also. So Vedanta discussion, you can talk only when you have Pramanya Buddhi, Astikya Buddhi, we call Astikya Buddhi. So Shabdanam, Padani, Ayatharthatvam, if they don't convey any proper meaning. Yathartha means proper meaning. Ayathartha means improper meaning. If they convey improper meaning or inconsistent meaning, or you can say if they don't convey the proper meaning or consistent meaning, the word used in the world, the words which are used in the world are not conveying a consistent meaning. Vedasya api apramanata. Vedasya api indicates not only laukika, worldly people talking aham janami, saha janati, he knows, I know. Worldly people you negate. What about Shastra? Educated people, scholarship, those who are having Vedasya api apramanata syat. Apramanam, Vaidika Vakyam also becomes apramanam. Worldly words become apramanam, it's okay, but how can you say Vedic words also become apramanam? Sacha na ishta, second line. Sacha na ishta means Vedasya apramanatvam na ishta. It is not desirable. You can put full stop. Sacha means Vedasya apramanata. You have to take from the first line. Vedasya apramanata sa na ishta. It is not desirable to you also, Advaitin. It is not desirable to me, the Purvapakshi. I am here standing opposite to you. Because Tataha prasiddhitaha gatihi asya grahya. Asya prasiddhitaha. Asya means janati iti padasya. Asya means janati iti padasya. Or jnanam iti padasya. Janati, if you say kartrivitpatti. Jnanam is the word, its derivations. Iti padasya gatihi arthaha grahya. Grahya means you have to take. Up to here Purvapakshi. Tataha, therefore, prasiddhitaha asya padasya gatihi grahya. You have to take this popular word, janati, janami, jnanam. This is a very popular word. You have to take the one meaning or other to be explained, to be taken by you. Now Shankaracharya is going to answer for this Purvapakshi's objection from 61 onwards, 61, 62, 63. Very interesting answer. Shankaracharya does a vikalpa here. Vikalpa means subdividing the question into many questions, and that each question he is going to answer. That vikalpas. First one, prasiddhi from loka, worldly angle, and prasiddhi, popularity from the shastric angle. That like that he divides and gives the answer. We will read 61. प्रसिद्धिमूढलोकस्य यदि ग्राह्या निरात्मता लोकायतिकसिद्धान्तः सा चानिष्टो प्रसज्यते. सा चानिष्टां प्रसज्यते. अनिष्टा च plus anishta chanishta. What he wants to say, Shankaracharya says, prasiddhi. You are talking prasiddhi, O Purvapakshi. Do you refer to lay people? Moodhaha means lay people, ordinary people. Prakrita Purushaha, not refined and well educated, not enlightened, but those who are ordinary. Prasiddhi, which is prasiddhi word you are using, do you refer to lay people or ordinary people? Number one. Or secondly, do you refer to the grammarians, scholars? Grammarians are scholars. Do you refer that prasiddhi word, popular, well-known, with regard to the grammarians or scholarly persons, educated, Samskrita Purushaha? Or thirdly, do you refer to Veda Shastram, Veda Pramanam? Do you refer it to Veda Pramanam? Let us take first ordinary people. Common, normal, uneducated people says, I means what? So this I am, I know, they say, I am, I know. So from ordinary people standpoint, let us see first. I know means Atma is the knower, Jnata. You are telling. Who's telling? Purvapakshi. This will become dangerous. Who says? Shankaracharya says, O Purvapakshi, if you say all Laukika people say, I know, people are telling in Loka, worldly people are telling, if you say, sometimes they say, I am, I know, they say, I am fat also, I am short, I am lean. Like that they say, that time, aham janami. Aham janami means aham jnata. People say, I am fat. Then referring to whom? Jnata Atma knows, knower is Atma. That they say, knower is the Atma. Jnata Atma is, knower is the Atma. That person is using the word I know. Who is telling? That person says, I am fat also. That means Dehatmavada. Dehatmavada Lokayatikaha Charvakaha. Popular expression. Prasiddhi means popular expression. Then you have to accept Dehatmavada. Worldly people talk about I know. Everybody is using very popular. Aham janami. So they use the word I am fat, I am thin, I am old. That means that refers to body also. That means Dehatma Vada. I am the body. They take themselves as body. Who is taking themselves as body? No, Charvakas. Is it acceptable to you? You are a Vaidika. There is Atma, soul, Jivatma and Paramatma, other than, different from Dehatma, Deha. Therefore, you cannot accept Deha as Atma. I cannot accept Deha as Atma. People are using that I know, I am fat. Same I they are using for knowing also, for fat also, fatness of the body, leanness of the body. So tell me now, you want to take that correct mudhahana, worldly dull-witted people, Shankaracharya is asking, because of loka prasiddhi, because of loka prasiddhi, do you accept Dehatmavada? Oh, Purapakshi cannot say yes. He cannot say yes, I accept Dehatmavada, because Purapakshi is a Vaidika, Astika. He cannot accept because there is Deha Vyatirikta Jivatma, Deha Vyatirikta Paramatma. He also accept. Therefore, you cannot accept Dehatmavada, that is called Lokayatikaha Charvaka. Dehatmavada you don't accept, I also don't accept. Therefore, Veda refutes Charvaka Matam. So all Astikas, Nyaya, Sankhya, Yoga, Vaiseshika, Uttamimamsa, Purvamimamsa, all of them negate Charvaka Matam. There is Atma is different from the body. Everyone accept. All these matams accept. So Charvaka matam ruled out Loka Prasiddhi from the standpoint of lay people, worldly people, also negated. First one. Now, just like that, just as you don't accept the Dehatmavada, I am fat, I am lean, I know, that I know, same word they use for I am fat also, you don't accept like that. Same way, I don't accept the body as Atma or Deha as Atma, you don't accept, I don't accept. Same way, everybody says I know, I don't accept. Atma is a knower. Just as you don't accept, everybody says I am short, I am lean, I am the knower, you don't accept with that Laukika standpoint. Similarly, I don't accept Siddhanta. Shankaracharya says, I don't accept your statement, Atma is the knower. Purvapaksha says, I am fat, I am lean, that is okay, it is Mudha Loka Prasiddhi. Shankaracharya says, Aham Janami is Atma knows also Vimudha Prasiddhi. If you say Atma is the knower, is also Mudha Prasiddhi only. So Niratmata, if you accept that Atma is the knower, Niratmata Deha Vyatirikta Atma Abhavaha, it happens. Niratmata means Deha Vyatirikta Atma Abhavaha. Where is Niratmata? First line, last word. Prasiddhi Mudhalokasya Yedi Grahya Niratmata Syat. Niratmata means Shastra is accepting the Deha Vyatirikta Atma. If you accept the Mudha people, so Niratmata Syat Deha Vyatirikta Atma Bhavaha Bhavati. We are accepting as though there is no Atma other than body. Adu madri idam. Therefore, Charvaka Matam, there is not a soul also according to them. S-O-U-L. No soul and no self. No Atma, no Jivatma, no Paramatma. They say there is no Atma other than the body for Charvakas. So the body is Atma for them. Sa Niratmavada Anishta. Such a Niratmavada. Second line you see, second half. After Lokayatikaha Siddhantaha, put a full stop. So, lokayatikaah siddhantah niratmata syat. If you accept that first popular meaning of lokayatikas, deha is the body, body is the atma, deha is the body, because they don't accept anything else other than body, either soul, jivatma, or self, the atma, they don't accept. Full stop. Sa, that niratmata, that non-acceptance of that, absence of atma, soul or self, anishta prasajjate. Anishta means undesirable. Such a statement is an undesirable statement for you also, for me also, Shankaracharya says. Next verse. Abhiyukta prasiddhischet पूर्ववद्दुर्विवेकता गतिशून्यं न वेदोऽयं प्रमाणं संवदत्युत. Now, in the 62nd verse, if you go by enlightened people, scholarly people, those who are having Atma, Anatma, Viveka. Atma is different from Anatma. Then what will happen? Purvavat Durvivekata. Purvavat means it is inexplicable like before. In the previous slokas, as we saw, it is inexplicable. So Atma cannot be the knower. Nirvikaratvat, that is the Purvat. Already we have said. Anatma, he cannot be the knower. Jadatvat, Purvavat. Durvivekata, again you say, I know. I know. From the scholarly people standpoint, it is very popular if you say so. The next question. So Vedic expression also becomes apramanam if you don't explain. Vedic statement or expression, that is jnanam, came in that Taittiriya Upanishad. It becomes apramanam if you don't explain. We'll explain. We don't want to make Veda Pramanam as apramanam. We introduce Chidabhasa and we'll explain. But we don't say now we are introducing Chidabhasa. We have to tell him, we have to corner him, the Purvapakshi. Later we will introduce Chidabhasa to say I am the knower. Atma cannot be the knower. Then who is the knower? For that you have to introduce Chidabhasa. The importance, the necessity of introducing Chidabhasa or Atma Bhasa is very important. No other system accepts this. Only Advaitin, Shankaracharya used the word Atma Bhasa. So Pramanam should produce Prama, knowledge. Pramanam means means of knowledge. Should produce what? Knowledge. Prama. Eyes are the means of knowledge. They produce what? Color knowledge, form knowledge. Ears are the pramanam. They produce sound knowledge. Like that, Veda Pramanam, Shastra Pramanam also should produce Prama, knowledge. What type of Pramana? Not like eyes and ears are producing knowledge. Veda produce a Prama, knowledge, which is Samshaya Rahita Prama, that which is doubtless knowledge. Veda has to produce a knowledge which is doubtless. Doubtful knowledge is as good as ignorance. Doubtful knowledge is as good as ignorance. Doubtless knowledge alone is knowledge. Many people have got doubtful knowledge. With regard to Anatma, all doubtful knowledge only because of human intellect limitation. But when you come to, with regard to Atma, there is no possibility of doubtful knowledge. There is no possibility of viparyaya knowledge. Viparyaya means or vipralambha knowledge. Viparyaya rahita. Viparyaya rahita jnanam alone is jnanam. Samshaya rahita jnanam alone is jnanam. That alone is called pramanam. That is why Veda pramanam is that which gives samshaya rahita jnanam, viparyaya rahita jnanam. No confusion. Once you understand I am Atma, no further doubt or confusion. So therefore, look into the shloka 62. Abhiyukta prasiddhihi. Abhiyukta means that Shastra. Those who are very, very scholarly people, abhiyukta prasiddhi chet purvavat durvivekata. Scholarly people, grammarians also standpoint, it is again you end up in indecision. Durvivekata means you end up with an indecision. You cannot come to a firm answer. Indecision as before. Purva means, purvavat means as before. Gati shunyam na vedayam. Vedaha ayam. So therefore, ayam pramanam vedaha na gati shunyam. Therefore, Veda, meaningless Vedic statements are not meaningless. Meaningless, na bhavati. Gati shunyam na bhavati. Shankaracharya says. Veda words are meaningful, but you should know how to interpret. Veda pramanam, we never say it is meaningless. Meaningless Vedic statements, Vedic expressions, how do you explain? Vedic statements, all of them are meaningful. Veda never give any statements without any meaning. Therefore, you have to extract the meaning. That is what he says. Ayam pramanam vedaha gatisunyam na syat. This Veda pramanam never become meaningless. That means it is meaningful. Samvada, samyak vadati. Sambadatyuta uta sambadati, samyak vadati. Shastra clearly gives an answer. Now, from 63rd verse onwards, Atmana janati. We are going to establish in 63rd, Shankaracharya going to say, Atma na janati. Atma is not the knower. Then who is the knower? Only Chidabhasa is the knower. That he is going to introduce. I will read the shloka. Adarshe mukha samanyam mukhasyeshtam hi manavaihi mukhasya pratibimbo hi mukhakarena drishyate. Mukhasya pratibimba is adarshe, in the mirror. In the mirror, anatma cannot be the knower. Atma cannot be the knower. Who is the knower? No, seeming Atma is the knower. Seeming Atma, who is the seeming Atma? Reflected consciousness. Atma abhasa janati. That is going to be established. Adarshe mukha samanyam. Adarshe mukhasya, in the mirror, my face, mukha samanyam. There is a reflected face. He manavaihi ishtam. Everyone loves to see their reflected face. Shankaracharya knows very well Even in car mirror, scooter mirror, wherever mirror is available, everyone looks at their face. So mukhe, mukhasya mukhasamanya means the original face. Mukhasya mukhasamanya means the reflected face. Manavaihi ishtam. People desire to see that. Mukhasya pratibimbaha hi. That reflected face alone is mukhakarena drishyate. It looks like my original face. So that mukha alone is reflected face, looks like same as original face. Asamantat bhasate iti abhasaha. Abhasaha. So which looks like a duplicate. My reflected face looks like same like my face. Like that, there are so many duplicate things in the world. Okay, abhasa means duplicate, fake one, but looks like the same, similar to the original. That abhasa is the knower. More details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.